Assembly District 4, Jim, say it again.
For Assembly District 4, go ahead and give a 30 to 45 second intro.
My name's Gary Fisher. I'm a Democratic candidate in Assembly District 4. I've been in Nevada for 26 years, all 26 years as a professor at the University of Nevada, Reno. I have expertise in mental health and substance abuse issues, something the state needs. And one reason I'm running is I think we need politicians that are willing to tell the public the truth, mostly about our revenue needs in this state, and I'm willing to do that.
I'm Jerry Mackin. I've lived here since 2007. I am an attorney by profession, licensed in New York State, not here in Nevada. And I bring to the table my experience as an attorney, where I practice general practice of law involving many different kinds of things, many topics. My educational background was in taxation, which I think is something very important at this point in time. And I have served in appointive as well as elective government in New York State before I retired. So I have a pretty good idea how important it is to keep contact with people and to express your views. And you have to take your chances on how people view what you had to say. But I think that this will be a competitive race, and I certainly hope to obtain the Democratic nomination. And on that, I'll hand the microphone over to the next man.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Richard MacArthur. I'm the current Assemblyman from Assembly District 4. I've lived in Las Vegas for 30 years, lived in the Assembly District for 4 years. As far as my background goes, I have a degree in economics from the University of California, Davis. After that, I joined the Air Force. I was in the Air Force for 6 years. I was a pilot. I was in Vietnam in 1968. After that, I joined the FBI. I was an FBI agent for 25 years, and I retired here out of the Las Vegas office, and worked here for about the last 15 years out of Las Vegas. And after I retired, I decided, because of the Hatch Act, I couldn't get into it before, but I could get into politics after that. And I decided that I didn't exactly like the way a lot of people were voting, and I liked the Assembly because not only could you represent your district, but you also got to make decisions for the whole state. Thank you. And I apologize for the sunglasses, but I had an eye operation, so I'm keeping these on.
Mike Murray. In 2003, the legislature raised taxes. By 2005, there was $1 billion of extra money in the till. By 2007, there was $270 million, $280 million deficit again. Now, what's the story? Is it always going to be more taxes and we'll spend it as we get it and then spend some more instead? I'd just like to know what your opinion is of actually doing away with some things and living off what we can make.
Jerry Mackin. I think the important thing, everything runs in cycles. Businesses run in cycles, government runs in cycles, needs run in cycles. And I think that each legislature has to address the needs as they exist at the time. I think it is not very wise to try to make tax policy something that is forever and forever. Needs change. But I think that that's what people elect members of the legislature to do, and that is to assess the needs and then apportion the funds that are available, determine how much funds need to be available, and then assess them and see that they're collected. And then it's for the governor to administer those programs.
Well, one reason there was so much up and down was that we have a tourism-based revenue structure, and that's what needs to change. If anybody thinks that we're going to go into this legislative session with a $3 billion deficit, which is nearly 50% of the budget, and not raise revenue, they're dreaming. Revenue is going to be raised, it's a matter of how. And I think that we need a broad-based business profits tax. It's time that businesses that exist in Nevada and pay taxes in nearly every other state they operate in pay taxes here. We have to get away from a tourism-based economy and a regressive tax structure. And politicians that tell you that revenue is not going to be raised in the next session are not telling you the truth.
Thank you, Richard MacArthur. In 2003, we had a huge tax increase. One of the problems was we spent $3 to $5 million just spending sending a few dollars back to the people. We shouldn't have done that. But you asked whether or not we just keep spending. Yes, we do. Whether you're city commissioners or up in the state, no matter how much money we bring in, there's always a group that wants to spend all the money we have. And so that's exactly what's happened. And now that the economy turned sort of south on us, we have absolutely no money left because we spent everything we had before. And we do have to take a look at the spending side, not just the bringing in more taxes.
The Nevada Policy Research Institute points out that over the past 6 years, the Nevada legislature has increased real per capita expenditures by more than 30%. And that accounts for the cuts, what they call cuts, which are not cuts, they're cuts in increase in spending. So I'd like you to address that. 30% increase, and we still aren't spending enough?
Well, this is what the issue is, and Gary Fisher. When Rich or anybody else talks about cutting spending, you look at a $3 billion budget and have people tell you where it's going to be cut. Are we going to close a university and a couple community colleges? Are we going to raise class size? Well, if that's what you're interested in doing, great. But I don't hear anybody saying that that's what they're going to do. So we have a regressive tax structure. The Chamber of Commerce tells us that we have the lowest number of public employees per capita of any state in the country. So you can look at a study by a conservative group and make whatever you want out of it. But at this time, nobody is saying, they're all saying, let's cut spending. Where are you going to cut it?
Jerry Mackin. I think that it is foolish to look at things from a just across-the-board approach. I think legislators are elected to differentiate between needs, and I think that's part of the responsibility. Part of the responsibility also is to see that there's adequate revenue to handle those needs. Now, I think that there are huge loopholes in the kind of tax system that we have here. I like to call it a boutique tax system, because I think that's exactly what it is. It selects only certain kinds of things and collects revenue from them. It has served very well for a long period of time to collect just from gaming and just from sales tax and cap property taxes, which is a real cap. But we're not collecting revenues from out-of-state corporations that do business here.